Livanaka and welcome to Smart Bites, a show where I'll be sharing delicious, nutritious and healthy meals for the entire family. I'm Adelene Tutu and today I will be sharing with you a chili sin carne recipe. So in today's recipe with the chili sin carne, a little bit of info on the meal itself. Chili sin carne, the sin actually means without meat. So this is normally done using meat, but for today I'm going to be using a healthier, much healthier option, plant-based as well. We're going to be using kidney beans. Now the reason why I've decided to use this is because I used to own a meal prepping business, and this is one of our most popular recipes that people used to love, and it also helps you with your healthy diet journey. So lower in saturated fats, we're going to be preparing our sauce first. And just like in our previous shows, I will be using my super mixer or super chopper, and I'm going to hide all these vegetables. And as I mentioned earlier, owning a meal prepping business, I had to make sure that the meals I prepared were also family friendly and safe for the kids. So hiding the vegetables is number one in ensuring that they eat their meals and they get enough nutrients in that too. So I've got my super chopper here. I'm just going to layer just my hand towel just underneath that so it doesn't fly off when I pull that string. So from here, I've got half an onion adding to the super chopper. I've got a quarter of the carrots. This is peeled as well. A quarter green capsicum. You've got red capsicum as well, a quarter red capsicum, and you can use one or two. I'm going to use one for this one. 1 clove of garlic. That is added. You're going to pop that lid right on. Now if you have an electric one, perfect, but otherwise the handheld one is perfect as well. You're just going to allow this to chop. And just using a spoon, or if you have a silicone spatula, you can use that as well, just to press that down so that they're still within that blade, and you're able to mix that up and chop that up really well. And you want this super fine, because if the kids pick out the vegetables, then your trick failed. All right, mixing that again. Perfect. All right, just checking one more time. Feel like that is fine enough. Maybe one more. Like I said, the other day one of my daughters decided to surprise me by telling me that I didn't hide it hard enough, the vegetable, and pulled out a carrot. So trying to avoid that this time. All right, that's enough. Perfect. We have got a pan right here. I'm just going to add some olive oil. First of all, heat that pan. And alrighty, perfect. Add in 1 or 2 tablespoons of olive oil, whatever you prefer. Whether you have canola oil, but I feel like when you have olive oil, you know you're not getting too much saturated fats, and you can add the olive oil to your salads, and you know you can add these to a whole lot of different recipes as well. So super expensive, but the variety of different meals that you can prepare with them. All right, so heating that oil, we're now going to add our delicious mixture here of all our vegetables. We've got the carrot, capsicum, garlic and onion. Just letting you know, you can add mushrooms to this as well, broccoli, whatever vegetable you can find at the market, even spinach and greens in there as well. So just allowing the oil to cover our pan now. I'm just going to add this. You can add about, I don't know, 1/3, 2/3 of this, just so you have enough of the vegetables in there with the oil. Chucking the leftover to the side, frying that up. Now chili sin carne is one of, it's a Mexican dish, and And in Melbourne, while living in Melbourne, I found that it was one of the most popular dishes as well there in the healthy restaurants. So you'd find a lot of chili sin cans, you'll also find sushi bowls, just making sure that you have a variety of different meals, plant-based as well, so you're not getting too much of the animal fat in there. But also when you have a bowl of plants, your entire mood changes, you're not hungry too often, so satiety is one thing that you can tackle with a lot of plants and whole foods. So while that is frying up, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back after that. Welcome back to the show. Now we've got that frying up perfectly, browning the onions as well. I can see that, and that color is beautiful as well. We're then going to add our tomato prego sauce, Italian sauce. This can also be made at home using that mixer or that super chopper, sorry. And you're going to add your cans of tomato into the mixer, the chopper. Then you add some mixed herbs. It's up to you what you have in your pantry. If you have cumin seeds as well, you can add that. And then you just whiz that up into that bowl and you'll get this sort of consistency with the sauce. So I'm just going to add that sauce into my pan. And this is going to smell wonderful. And just making sure that when that sits into the pan, it's not going to dry up too quickly. So turn that heat down lower and let that simmer a little bit. Awesome work. All right. You don't want that to dry up too quickly. Now, once that is simmering, you can see that already happening. We have half a can of kidney beans, or about, I would say, 180 grams of kidney beans. I have drained the water and also washed them a little just to get rid of the brine and the salt. I'm going to add that into the pan right away. And just moving that to the side. Now, the reason I didn't add my cumin earlier is I don't want it to have that burnt taste or smell. So while that's actually simmering, I've got cumin in here, about a tablespoon of cumin that I'm just going to add a little space in that pan, and then slowly turning that heat up. I'm slowly going to get that to just ever so slightly get burnt and then just mix with the sauce a little bit better. So adding it at the start, the oil actually takes out all that flavor, but I want that flavor to stay in that pan. So then I slowly add that in and then mix that into my sauce. You can also add that cumin into the tomato paste beforehand if you prefer. All right, turning that heat up slowly, not burning my cumin, actually cooking it. Perfect. All right, let's mix that up nicely. Look at that beautiful sauce coming together. Smells amazing. All right, perfecto. I'm just going to let that cook for about a minute, just so that the sauce gets into the beans. And then I'm just going to take you through my turmeric rice. I love the turmeric rice. This is a great way to add some color into your kids' meals. I feel like having the yellow and the red, the kids are more enticed to eat their meals and they're like, oh, this looks really delicious and fun. So I've got, I cook my rice, jasmine, basmati, whatever it is, but it's white, plain white rice. And I cook this with a teaspoon of turmeric powder. So add in the turmeric powder while that's boiling up, and then, you know, however you normally cook your rice, and that comes out with that beautiful yellow color, and you've also got that extra bit of turmeric in there for the health benefits, yeah? So I'm just going to stir that up really well. We are just about ready. All right, let's switch that pan off. I am going to place this right here, and then we're going to plate our beautiful chili sin can. So again, chili con carne is with the meat, chili sin can is without it. Add in this to our beautiful bowl of, you don't have to add the whole thing, just about half of the bean mixture is perfect. And I like to add a few extra cumin seeds on the top if you prefer that as well. So that's just about half of the mixture. I'm just gonna chuck that to the side. Now you can add 20 grams of grated cheese on top of your bean, like so. And I've also I found some coriander in my fridge, and I'm just going to add that to the top. And there you have it, your chili sin can. That was it for Smart Bites for today. I hope you enjoyed our beautiful chili sin can recipe. Be sure to join me in our next episode, and remember, health starts with every bite.